What is up, YouTube? How's it going? Sebastian here. Welcome to Cold Blooded Fiends. Let's get to the show. Alright, so today we're starting a bioactive enclosure. I'm not finishing it because some of the pieces of wood are just too large for the oven. So I'm going to be starting it, but overall I've got to soak them in a bleach solution. So, yeah, let's see what I have in store for you guys today. Alright, so like usual, great stuff, gaps and cracks. That's gonna build most of the background. These are the branches that were too large. Got some black silicone this time because the last time I built the background, some of the white shows through from the gaps and cracks. So the black silicone should make that a little bit better. And of course, got some eco earth. I got some other substrates I'm gonna throw on there, but this is just what I bought today. So yeah, other than that, let's get to the build. All right, guys. So I have pretty much finished what I would like the background to look like. I think it'll look good, but I don't know. I've never really made something like this with planters incorporated into it, so we'll see how it goes. I just got the gray stuff, gaps and cracks. That's how we're gonna build this background. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so what you just witnessed was me spraying down the expanding foam, and what that is doing is that's actually going to lock in all the planters and stuff like that I put in there. I was really tired when I recorded that, and I just wanted to get that done, so I didn't really talk too much. But yeah, so now I'm going to be carving it all out, and essentially carving it is going to allow silicone to stick to it so I can make it into a naturalistic looking background. You'll see as time goes on, you'll see it kind of start to pull together, because right now it just kind of looks like a white blob with some sticks in it. But you'll start to see the vision I have over time. I forgot to mention, this foam is actually really easy to carve if you have the proper equipment. All I have is a big old knife that is not ideal, and a little razor blade, which is also not ideal. I'm probably gonna go to my local home improvement store, go try to pick up like a longer razor or something like that. But I think this will do for most of it. And this is the hardest part. The side is not gonna be as hard. I'll just have to carve around things, and there's not gonna be really too many big bumps and crevices that I'll have to try to get into. So yeah, that's that. But now let's get to carving, and hopefully something will turn out and look cool. Alright guys, so that is pretty much all the carving that had to be done today. I will go back and touch some stuff up, but all in all, that's it for this portion of carving, and I will get back to you when we are filming the sides and finishing up the background and all that fun stuff. Alright guys, forgive the mess. We just got a new table, new furniture, a bunch of new stuff, so in the middle of getting all that separated, thrown away, stuff like that, but whatever. It is now like 5 days later after you guys saw me carving a portion, and then yeah, so now today hopefully I'm gonna silicone this thing in. I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do, But that's all I'm doing today is just trying to silicone this branch in. I'm gonna go carve that out in 8 hours, and then basically I have to go clean a bunch of flower pots and silicone the rest of it. But today all I'm doing is silicone this branch in. Just want to get something done because I've been staring at this enclosure for 5 days now since I started it. Well, actually longer than that, like a week now since I started it. So let's go ahead, get this branch foamed in, and we can call it a day. So this is what it's kind of looking like so far. I think it looks all right. I got to vacuum out everything real quick and then silicone everything in, but I think it's looking pretty good. So down here, as you guys can see, I left this area bare, but I foamed right here. And the reason I foamed right there is just when I silicone it, that's gonna add water resistance, because this, I didn't have a saw. I pre-cut these and didn't really think about, I didn't have any measurements for the enclosure or anything. So all I really did was I just cut these to a length I thought was appropriate, and this one ended up being far too long. The enclosure was shorter than I thought it was. But, so, yeah, I foamed all down here, so that way I can silicone, like, all this, silicone this, and that'll add water resistance, so the wood hopefully won't rot, no water will get to it. And then I can also, for like this whole portion, I'm going to use cocoa fiber, eco earth, whatever, and I'm going to make it look more like a ground, so that way it's not just, if this is too low for the substrate level or too high for the substrate level, I just added that, so that way I could make a fake ground and also protect the wood a little bit from the substrate so it doesn't get wet and it doesn't start to rot later on. So as you guys see, I thought a lot about this. The main thing was I didn't want these pieces of wood to start to rot because they're foamed in. They're there. They will not be removed unless I tear this whole enclosure apart. Like they're not coming out. But yeah, let me go vacuum this thing out real quick, and then let's get to trying to foam this stick in, and I hope it works out well. I really, really do. Alright guys, so I'm scrapping the branch going across idea. I didn't like it. So the first idea was doing something like this, and then I had it like that, and I had it like this, and I kind of like this, but I feel like it's really in the way. So all in all, I'm scrapping this idea. I decided against it. I kind of like the open nature of this. So what I did decide to go with though was this guy. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna film it in right here like this. And let me make sure you guys can see that real quick. Yep. So I think I'm gonna film it in like that. I wonder if that's any better. Yeah. I'm sorry if you guys can't see that. Ow, just fell. But I really like this idea right here. I think this will look really nice going across. Yeah, screw it. Let's film it in. Alright, so I got about a 2-3 hour wait. You guys got about a second. Ready, set, and here we are. About 3 hours later. The foam cured pretty well. And I got it mostly carved out so that way I can apply this final, well, not the final layer, but apply the layer of foam to this side. Now, I got another little pot because I figured I'd put another background plant, or a side plant rather. Let's go ahead and start foaming this up. Alright, really quick, but we got this side foamed up. Once again, let it cure. This side, I'm going to give another 2-3 hours. Flip her over, foam up the other side, And then we're pretty much done with the foam. All I gotta do is carve, maybe touch up a couple spots. And then yeah, we're good to start siliconing and putting some substrate on. And then we are so freaking close to being finished, guys. So close. I'll see you guys, for me, a couple hours. Once again, for you guys, just a second. All right, guys. Well, here we are. I'm just gonna foam up this other side. Tomorrow, I'll come back. I will carve all this out, and then I can go ahead and start siliconing and throwing some substrate onto it, making it look real nice. And we'll actually get to see how this looks. So, let me get to it. All right, guys. Well, that is it. Let this cure overnight. Come back tomorrow, and we'll start to carve it down. I'll see you guys then. You guys, this is the most tedious part of this entire build. Trying to carve out all these little small areas. It's not very what I would call fun, but I don't know, it needs to be done. So what a lot of you are probably thinking is, hey, Sebastian, why don't you just leave it on there? So the reason why we have to carve off all this shiny stuff right here and make it look like this is that way the silicone more readily adheres to it. You have a possibility of it just falling off when the silicone cures if you leave that shiny stuff on. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but everything I've ever read, everything I've ever seen, they always carve it. Serpa Design, I watch a lot of his videos, and this is where I get a lot of my inspiration for this build. That's where I got a lot of it from. Even Izanami's background, I got a lot of inspiration from Serpa Design. I'll link his profile down in the description so you can go check him out. And yeah, so basically I'm just carving it out so that the way the silicone will stick and adhere to it. Just go ahead and get out this little crevice style bump as I almost dropped that on my foot. And we're gonna go ahead and flip this thing over, and maybe I can get a better view of everything on the other side. It's funny, the more I get done this enclosure, it seems like the more stuff that gathers around in my living room. So I can't do this in the reptile room because the spray foam and the silicone all release toxic whatever, yeah, if you smell them, it's not good for it. And so you don't want to be doing this in a room with your animals and stuff like that. So I'm doing my living room, which kind of sucks because, like I said, it's just kind of gaining a lot of stuff out here that I don't necessarily want out here for the time being, but it has to be. So got like flower pots behind me, got foam and silicone and enclosure cleaning supplies, various types of plants, and it's things to hold up the plants, tape, a bunch of stuff that, half of that I didn't use yet. So, let's get the carpet on this side, and then we can start siliconing. Alright guys, I think that is it. We're gonna go ahead, clean it up, make sure that's everything, and then we can go ahead and start getting the silicone. So I'll see you then. And here we are. So now it's just time to silicone it up, put some substrate on it, and hopefully it'll work out well. I forgot to get the bark. Oh well. It's not going to look as natural as I wanted it to, but I'm not running out of getting bark. Just don't feel like it. Film star. Look good. Okay, now this next step is probably one of the most important steps in this entire build. Minus the overall aesthetic. If you don't do this part right, it will not look right. and you will have to redo it. So, the most important part is while you're siliconing, make sure you're getting all those nooks and crannies. You are pressing the substrate into the silicone. You have to make sure you are pressing the substrate into the silicone. Otherwise, it will fall off. I learned that with the other one. I did. The sand. I pressed it in, but not in all places. Every single spot, you want to press it into it. I'm kind of dreading this part because I already know how much time and effort and just bullshit this is. I hate silicone. I really do. I used to work at a place where I had the silicone basically once a week. Grout, mortar, point ups. It's not fun. But all in all, this is gonna look really pretty. It is a fun hobby to do. Like thoroughly, I will enjoy every second of this build, but the silicone is probably gonna be my least favorite part. Also, very important, you should do this outside. I do not have that capability right now, and it's too cold anyways. So, and the reason you should do it outside is not because you can get it on your floor, it's because breathing in the fumes of silicone is not good for you. But, all in all, at the end of the day, it's not gonna kill you. Okay, I know this said 9 foot, but how long actually is this? Because this feels like more than 9 foot. Oh, 9 by 12. It's 12 foot. Okay. Okay. So paintbrushes, 2 different sizes. Probably should have gotten 3 different sizes. I'm gonna put on some plastic gloves, go get my silicone gun. But anyways, enough bullshit. Let's get to siliconing this. Alright guys, I am back. I take care of some of my animals and stuff. But I got my silicone. I got my silicone weapon. And we're gonna get this background started. Let me go grab my gloves real quick. So as you see, I changed. I put on clothes I don't necessarily care about because silicone gets freaking everywhere. So I think I'm gonna start on the side because I'm gonna actually silicone all underneath this branch and the inside of this one just because it's exposed. Alright guys, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that side cure for a couple hours, come back, knock everything off of it, see what I gotta redo, and then I'm gonna try harder on these next 2 sides to kind of get the silicone everywhere. I think I may have made a mistake and not got enough silicone, but yeah, it is what it is. So I think if I turn it on its back or side, it'll be easier, but I'm gonna do it standing upright because whatever. But I'm gonna just use the rest of this bottle, and then yeah, I'll be back, guys. All right, we'll see what it looks like. Alright guys, and that is it for today. next video, next video will be me planting the enclosure. I got a couple more things I gotta do, so I'll probably get that in before I plant the enclosure. But yeah, that'll probably be the next video. I got the silicone done and the substrate done for the most part. It will have to be tweaked and add a little bit more here, there, whatever. But all in all, I think it looks freaking awesome right now. Leave a thumbs up if you think it looks awesome as well. And then, yeah, just cannot wait to set this thing up. It's gonna be awesome. Alright guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Remember, have fun, stay happy, and most importantly, stay healthy. This has been Cobra Fumes. I'm out.